Hey guys, the Arbites have arrived on the Morningstar and they are here to enforce the Lex Imperialis on Atoma. The Arbitrator class is the new paid DLC for Darktide, and in this video I want to share my experience and give you some additional information. In the 41st millennium, every sector, every planet and every individual has to contribute to the Imperium. Since Tertium is struggling with its production due to the Nurgle Infestation and the fights against Captain Wulfer and the Moebian 6th, the Adeptus Arbites are sent out to enforce the law and rectify the situation, so that Tertium can play its part in the giant war machine of the Imperium again. Marshal Vortern sent Representative Proctor-Exactant Zorin and his Arbitrators, including you, to the Morningstar to participate in the battles for Tertium with Lexmates and the rejects to resolve the situation. After the character creation, in which you choose your background and customize your and your Cyber-Mastiff's appearance, you start at level 1 and I chose to play the new narrative campaign. It guides you through the battles of Tertium in a chronological order and adds cinematics after each mission. The story missions have neither modifiers nor secondary objectives, and I almost exclusively played them all with Lexmates in my team. Before the patch you had to reach certain trust levels or character levels to increase the difficulty. Now you have to successfully complete missions on your highest available difficulty to unlock the next one. Failing a mission will decrease your progress to the next difficulty. Overall, the narrated campaign has improved the new player experience quite a bit, but most cutscenes are just unexceptional and some are not made with the Arbites class in mind. For example, it doesn't make sense that Interrogator Rennick treats you like a reject and even threatens you with execution. Anyway, let's move on to the doggo. The Arbites are accompanied by their loyal Cyber-Mastiffs. They will follow you around and do a very good job protecting you and your squad. Most of the time they choose their targets independently, unless you order them to attack a certain enemy by double tapping your mark button, which is the middle mouse button by default. The dog pounces all human-sized enemies and pins them to the ground. Mutants and Poxhounds can't be pinned down, but if you get grabbed by them, your dog will jump at them and free you. Huge enemies like Monstrosities will shake the dogs off quickly if they get attacked by them. It looks cinematic when a Plague Ogryn is attacked by a pack of hounds which are trying to go for the throat. Your Mastiff doesn't take damage and all enemies will ignore the dog, so you don't have to worry about your pet. During my testing, the Mastiff proved to be very reliable. It stuns or even takes out enemies very effectively. On a few occasions when the dog tried to pounce a target near the edge, it jumped off the map but respawned a few moments later at my side. The dog's appearance can be changed by replacing its organic parts with mechanical enhancements, and it is possible to interact with the dog on the Morningstar. If you don't like the idea of a pet class, then you can change your playstyle with the talent tree. I'm not going to discuss every skill point here, but I want to give you an overview of the most impactful choices. For your blitz ability you can choose between Remote Detonation, which sends out an electric charge around your dog, a shock mine that electrocutes enemies, and an improved Arbites explosive grenade. Keystone choices determine the dog's behavior. You can either choose to prioritize elites and specialists or ranged enemies, or you can choose Lone Wolf to get various buffs instead of a Cyber-Mastiff. Abilities are a Castigator's Stance, which empowers you and greatly improves your defense for 10 seconds. Nuncio-Aquila deploys a device which buffs you and your team and debuffs all enemies within its radius. It is quite good due to its short cooldown, but you need some situational awareness because it takes a moment to deploy and has a limited radius. Break the Line has a very short cooldown of 20 seconds and lets you get out of a desperate situation when you are surrounded or cornered. At the bottom of the skill tree we have Execution Order, which marks enemies and you gain buffs for killing them. Terminus Warrant lets you get stacking buffs for melee and ranged attacks, and Forceful is the right choice if you want to be rewarded for staggering hits and blocking attacks. Fetchark also added 60 new penances for the Arbites with different cosmetic rewards. Most of them can simply be completed by playing the game with different skill choices. The Arbites have access to 4 new weapon families. The Arbites Shockmaul might look unimpressive, but it does a good job. The Exterminator Shotgun is quite deadly to enemies in close range, and depending on the version it can be loaded with electric or armor shredding ammo using the special attack. It is definitely one of my favorite weapons. The Shockmaul and Suppression Shield has moderate damage but offers high impact and stagger, and allows you to block melee and ranged attacks. The Subductor Pistol and Riot Shield is also a fine addition to the armory. The pistol has a high damage output but suffers from a low capacity and a limited range. When aiming down sight, the shield provides cover and you can keep moving while under fire. To sum it up, the Arbites are a powerful addition to the other classes, and it is a lot of fun to deliver justice as an Arbitrator.